Hello and welcome to another episode of the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Connor Moreno, lead writer for UCLA Bruins on SI. And today, as you can see, we have a brand new background. I just thought I should, get into season with the football season coming up. So got the Rose Bowl in the background and excited to talk some football today. I think we're going to go ahead and take a break from our series where we rank UCLA's most important games now that we're almost halfway through it. And today, now that Costa Mesa camp is over, their 2 week stay in Costa Mesa is over, we're going to go ahead and kind of predict UCLA starting offense. And then tomorrow we're going to go ahead and predict their defense. Now, before we get into that, though, we do have some news. Today, Monday, the day you're listening to this, UCLA is going to get their decision on transfer wide receiver Caden Robinson. His preliminary injunction hearing on his eligibility for this season is slated for Monday at 1:30 p.m. And that ruling will go ahead and find out whether or not Robinson can join the team or not. Deshaun Foster talked about it a couple weeks ago at the beginning of Costa Mesa camp, saying that he's still positive that Robinson will join the team, and when he does, he will join the team with open arms. Now, this is important because Robinson was projected to be one of, if not UCLA's best wide receivers this season. He's coming off a big season with App State, had a whole bunch of first-team honors and whatnot, and so they're going to go ahead and find out whether or not he's eligible to play or whether he's not. And then in tomorrow's episode, we'll go ahead and update you on whether or not he is able to play and he has eligibility, or you can just go to UCLA Bruins on SI and check out the story there. We're going to be breaking the news there. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and try and predict UCLA's starting offense. And let's start with the offensive line. And this is based on kind of the stuff that we've been hearing at camp and all of the, positional battles that we've been talking about. So left tackle hasn't really changed. It's Cortland Ford. Left guard, we've got Eugene Brooks. He is a transfer. And then at center, we've had a little bit of a center battle. Now, Oluwafunto Akinshilo has been taking reps at center, and going into camp, we normally thought that Sam Yoon was going to be the starting center. They asked Deshaun Foster about this, if it means he's going to be starting or not. He really didn't answer. He just said that, there's going to be, that they're just kind of taking reps at the center position, just so that the way the offensive line is more versatile. He said that everyone else on the offensive line is taking reps at different spots. And so, Funto, as they call him, Funto, he has been taking reps at center. Many people think that he's going to be starting at center. I still think that Sam Yoon has a good chance at starting, but I could be wrong. Funto could be starting center. I'm going to predict it's Sam Yoon, but Funto has been making waves in camp. At right guard, we have Julian Armella. He came in from Florida State, a transfer. He, day one, as soon as he came in, you kind of expected him to start at guard. He was Florida State's starting tackle. Starting guard. He was, doing some work at tackle. But as we know, the starting right tackle is reserved for Garrett DiGiorgio, redshirt senior, another returner, probably UCLA's most tenured player on the offensive line. He's going to be starting there. Quarterback, no question, Nico Iamaleava, transfer from Tennessee. We all know the story about him. He's had that locked down. But a big conversation has been who's going to be backing him up. Is it Luke Duncan? Is it Pierce Clarkson, Henry Hasselbeck? Maybe even Nico's little brother, Madden Iamaleava. I don't think Madden has certainly a good chance, but when he was with Arkansas in spring, they did have him at the third string, so that's really good for a true freshman. But you have Luke Duncan, a returner, Pierce Clarkson. He is a transfer, Henry Hasselbeck, redshirt freshman. Deshaun Foster has talked about it. It is a battle. He has shared what he's expected out of it. Hasn't gone into any names in particular. If I had to guess who the backup quarterback would be, I would say it's Pierce Clarkson, the transfer from Ole Miss. But then again, Luke Duncan has a really good chance at he has a really good chance at just claiming that position based off seniority alone, and he's already familiar with some of the system, even though it's a brand new system under Tino Sunseri. Now moving on to running backs. This was no question. Cal transfer Javion Thomas, but it's not just going to be him. Deshaun Foster has already let us know that it's going to be kind of a two-headed snake with Javion Thomas transfer from Cal and returning running back Jalen Berger. They're going to be the 1-2 punch out in the backfield right there. And then he's also going to, quote, sprinkle in some Anthony Frias and Anthony Woods. Frias, obviously another returner. Anthony Woods, he's a transfer from Utah. He didn't play much at all in Utah, but he was a really, really good running back with Idaho a couple years ago. So, I mean, he's a redshirt junior. He still has some cake. He missed all of last season with an ACL injury. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being that third, maybe even second. He could get into second, I don't think so, but Javion Thomas and Jalen Berger are surely going to be the starters there. Wide receiver, obviously we have to wait to see until Caden Robinson can come in or not, but we'll set that aside for now. I would say the three starting running backs would be Quasi Gilmer, returner. He already talked about he wants to go for the Blitnikoff Award this season. He has a big year ahead of him. He is a true sophomore, had a really promising true freshman season, especially towards the end there when UCLA was starting to kind of, get their gears in check and whatnot. And so he is slated to be right now UCLA's probably most impactful receiver ahead of the season, unless Caden Robinson comes in. And, I mean, if Robinson comes in, he just bolsters UCLA's receiving corps. So I see that as a win for everyone. And then the next receiver, obviously, Titus Mokiao Atimalala. He is returning, redshirt senior, final year of eligibility. He is obviously going to be a staple in UCLA's receiving and passing game, especially with Nico coming in. And then at slot receiver, we have Mikey Matthews, another transfer from Cal. I think we're going to have a big year out of Mikey Matthews, especially in the slot right there. He's very dynamic, true junior, and I feel like him and Nico can have a really good connection this season. Up next, we have tight ends. Now, tight end is going to be a very important position, not only because Hudson Habermill is returning, but because under this new Tino Sunseri offensive scheme, they're going to be very important going into the season. So obviously starter's going to be Hudson Habermill, Jack Peterson. He's also going to get some runs. So is Jake Renda. I think it's a three-headed snake over there at the tight end position, and I think they're poised for a pretty big year. So yeah, that is all that we had for the offense. We could run through it real quick. Offensive line, we have Cortland Ford, Eugene Brooks, Sam Yoon or Funto, Julian Armella, Garrett DeGiorgio, quarterback Nico Yamalayava, of course, running back Javion Thomas and Jalen Berger, wide receivers Quasi Gilmore, Titus, and Mikey Matthews, and then tight end we have Hudson Habermill, but with some impact from Jack Peterson and Jake Renda right behind him. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Tomorrow we'll come with the defense, and we will update you on Caden Robinson's eligibility, and we'll see you tomorrow.